Hello students, good morning to all of you. How are you? Students, from today we are going to start new topic or your third unit, Newton's laws of motion. Students, in previous lectures or in kinematics class, you learn about the motion and some applications related to the motion like accelerated motion, non accelerated motion, circular motion, etc. Now, in the previous class, we understood that when the particle or when an object is at a table, it can only change its position when the external force applied on it. ठीक है, इसको हमने पढ़ा, बट हमने in kinematic not used anywhere the property or physical quantity force, but it is fundamental or basic idea that a body can move or a motional body can stop only when the force applied on it. Okay, now in this unit, laws of motion, we are going to learn about the facts on force. Before going to start, we are just take a short view which contains और क्या क्या टॉपिक्स हम इस पर्टिकुलर यूनिट में पढ़ने वाले हैं और कितना ये टॉपिक आपके लिए इम्पॉर्टेंट है. यूनिट 3 लॉज ऑफ मोशन. इसमें आपका पहला टॉपिक होगा न्यूटन्स लॉज ऑफ मोशन. ओके, न्यूटन लॉज ऑफ मोशन में आप इनर्शिया, न्यूटन्स फर्स्ट लॉ, सेकंड लॉ एंड थर्ड लॉ और इनकी एप्लीकेशंस को पढ़ेंगे. नेक्स्ट टॉपिक होगा इसका सेकंड, दैट इज फ्रिक्शनल डायनेमिक ऑफ फोर्स. व्हेन द बॉडी इज मूविंग ऑन द सरफेस ऑफ द अदर बॉडी. हमने इसको पढ़ा है कि जब कोई भी बॉडी किसी दूसरी बॉडी पर चलती है तो that time there will be a frictional force or a friction appeared in between the motion on the two object. ठीक है, or related to two objects we learn in this particular topic. And third we learn the dynamics of circular uniform circular motion. In the previous kinematic lectures you learn about the centripetal acceleration. Now because we are going to learn about the force, so in this unit you learn about the centripetal force and its application. Now we start this unit. यूनिट में हमारा टॉपिक 1 है लॉज ऑफ मोशन. सो स्टूडेंट्स, नाउ वी आर टेकिंग सम introduction about motion. In this we have the first motion. Okay, so motion motion of a body is its movement and is identified by specifying its position and orientation or both related to the other object, or we say a reference frame. Okay, so we learn motion of a body is a movement either its position or orientation or both. About motion of a body is movement, ठीक है, or both about other object. Okay, this is motion. Now we understood about the position and orientation related to the motion of an object. पोजीशन, इसी को स्टूडेंट्स लोकेशन भी डिफाइन करते हैं. Okay, so position of an object is tells us about its place, where it is placed, and can be measured by position the coordinate axis of any particle about the body of its center of mass. So position of a rigid body tells us where it is placed, in the coordinate axis and coordinate axis and the position about its center of mass. Okay, next is orientation. Okay, orientation of a body tells us how a body is placed with respect to the coordinate axis and how much angle the body is formed with the coordinate axis or any linear axis, or the line or tangent drawn पैरेलल टू द हॉरिजॉन्टल एक्सिस। ठीक है, तो इसको लिख लेते हैं। ओरिएंटेशन ऑफ अ बॉडी tells us how much of okay, how it is placed on the coordinate axis angle formed with coordinate axis or angle formed with coordinate axis by any linear dimension, by any linear dimension of the body or a straight line drawn on it providing suitable measure of orientation, providing suitable measure of orientation। Okay, this is orientation. Now we discuss about the point mass. Next is point mass. Okay, student, an object is considered as point mass if the distance covered by it in given time is very large comparison to its own size. Okay, an object is considered to be a point mass if the distance covered by it in given time distance covered by it in given time is much greater than its size. Okay, its own size. Then an object is said to be a point mass. ओके और बच्चों अगर कोई ऑब्जेक्ट पॉइंट मास कंसीडर्ड हो रहा है तो इट इज़ वेरी क्लियर दैट द ऑब्जेक्ट हैव जीरो डायमेंशन. ओके so we can say an object with zero dimension is also called point mass. ओके यूजुअली स्टूडेंट्स पॉइंट मास हम यूज़ करते हैं टू सिंप्लीफाई आर प्रॉब्लम्स. ओके सो दिस इज अबाउट द इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ मोशन एंड रिलेटेड टर्म्स. जस्ट कॉपी इट. Okay. Next is Newton's first law of motion. Okay. According to Newton's first law of motion, a body at rest remain at rest, or a body in uniform motion is continue with its motion with a constant velocity until an unbalanced force act on it. Okay, which means अगर कोई बॉडी मोशन में है तो वो मोशन में ही रहेगी, और अगर कोई बॉडी रेस्ट पर है तो वो रेस्ट पर ही रहेगी जब तक कि उस पर कोई एक्सटर्नल फोर्स, बाह्य फोर्स वर्क ना करे. ओके सो वी कैन राइट इट. अकॉर्डिंग टू फर्स्ट लॉ ऑफ मोशन, अ बॉडी एट रेस्ट remain at rest, or a body in uniform motion is continuous its motion in straight line in a straight line with constant velocity until one minute in uniform motion is continue. Motion in a straight line with a constant velocity until an unbalanced force balanced force act on it acts on it. Clear? Now this law gives two ideas, or this law signify two fact about force, that is this law embodies two significant significant fact which are, first is inertia. पहला जो फैक्ट ये देता है वो इनर्शिया है. अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ अ बॉडी ड्यू टू which an object at rest remains at rest, or an object or a body in motion in a motion with constant velocity remains constant velocity in a straight line remains its motion in straight line. Remain its motion in straight line is known as inertia. inability of body. Okay, and second fact that it gives is force. So force is the scientific name for push or pull. Okay, push or pull. And it is that which is responsible for for producing a change, in the state of rest or motion. Okay, these are the two facts which gives the Newton first law of motion. Now we understood about the first, that is inertia. Okay, so there are basically inertia have three types. There are basically three types of inertia. Okay, in which first one is inertia of rest. Okay, inertia of rest is inability of a body due to which it cannot able to change its state of rest by itself. Okay, so we can write it. The inability of a body due to which वन मिनट, इसको थोड़ा सा चेंज कर लेते हैं. इनएबिलिटी ऑफ अ बॉडी टू चेंज its state of rest by itself. Okay, that is, a body cannot able to change its state of rest by own. Example, for example, suppose uh, the passenger is standing on a moving vehicle is thrown backward when the vehicle stop suddenly. ठीक है, this is because of rest of inertia. Okay, now we understood about it. Standing passengers are pushed backward when a bus stops suddenly. When a bus suddenly start suddenly. It is due to inertia of rest of upper part of the body which tends to at rest. Okay, so this is the first type of inertia and its example. Just copy these all notes. Next is inertia of motion. The inability of a body the inability of a body to change its state of motion by itself is called inertia of motion. Inability of body to change its state of motion by itself is called inertia of motion. Now we take one example related to it for understanding this. For example, a person jumping from a speeding train falls forward. This is due to inertia of motion. This is due to inertia of motion in the upper part of the body. When the feet touching the ground come to rest, but upper part in motion. Okay, this is the second example of motion. When a person jumping from a speeding train falls forward, this is due to inertia of motion in the upper part of the body. ठीक है, उसके अपर पार्ट में मोशन का इनर्शिया होता है, बट when the feet touching the ground, जैसे ही उसके feet ग्राउंड को टच करते हैं, दे विल कम टू रेस्ट. तो उसके जो लोअर पार्ट है, फिट है, वो रेस्ट पे आ जाएगा, लेकिन उसका जो अपर पार्ट है वो मोशन में ही है, सो इट विल फॉल फॉरवर्ड्स. Okay, next, the third one is inertia of direction. Okay, again the same, the inability of a body to change its direction, to change its state of direction by itself is called inertia of direction. Okay, okay, so inertia of direction is the inability of the body due to which it cannot change its direction of motion by itself. ठीक है, is called this. Example, when a car is turn around turns around a curved the person sitting inside sitting inside thrown outward this is because tires of car to maintain direction of inertia due to directional inertia which the car turns. Okay, directional inertia. Okay, this is types of inertia and its example. Okay, do some more example related to the same, and if you have any problem then tell me. Thank you.